tips for you guys for this episode.
Yeah.
And as we've been saying, it's okay to challenge the status quo. Fight for your right
Hmm.
to education, career choice, and personal happiness. I think we have said it multiple times on this episode, but please define who you are, whether you're a man or woman, a boy, girl, child, a teen, young adult, you're about to find out about life. Sit down and define what you want. Don't let the pressure of family, cultural norms, gender roles identify what you want in life because ultimately you only got one. Unless you
Yep.
believe in reincarnation, but you might not come back as a person, you might come back as a bird. So just enjoy this one that you got right now. Okay, people.
Oh
I'm just saying, enjoy. The second tip that we have is find your voice. Speak for yourself and don't be afraid to be different. I'm a firm advocate of this. Speak for yourself. Like I've
my God.
said
Yes.
before, my high school graduation, we each had to like give a speech, and then my speech was like routine. It's gonna be the best version of herself every day, whether who like it or not. And if
Yep.
you don't like it, there's several
Like,
exits, like on the plane. Please notify the exit and
oh my God.
you know,
Not the exit
yes,
sign on the plane.
the exit. There's two up front, two back, two. Yo, find an exit. Bye. See y'all later.
Yes.
Because you have to
Make
allow.
sure make sure you don't open the door while you're in flight.
Yes.
Just saying.
For me, I'm gonna be secure because I'm the pilot, so I'm gonna be secure. You want to go ahead and bye. See you later. I don't care how you land. I just don't need you to be around. Lisa's trying to be nice. I'm like, no, because I'm gonna be secure and have my parents exit, please. But I'm saying
Oh
this
my
because
God.
a lot of times growing up, I was sometimes made feel that I talk too much, or like how you said, why are you so vocal? It's disrespectful,
Mm-hmm.
especially to males, cousins that I
Mm-hmm.
have, or male uncles that
Woo!
I have.
My mouth.
Yes,
My
my
mouth.
mouth sometimes,
Mm.
and it's not because I was trying to be rebellious in a way. I didn't know that at that time, but it's because I was so adamant to wanting to have my own voice and to speak for
Mm-hmm.
myself. That's one thing as an adult. I don't like people speaking for me about my feelings, about anything, because you're not in this body, you're not in this mind. You can't understand. So I feel like that is a courtesy that should be also passed down to children, passed down to people in your life, to allow people to have their voice and let them speak for themselves because they can explain how they feel better than
Mm-hmm.
you can try to
You can.
assume in your mind, especially when it comes to
True.
children. Let your
Yeah.
children speak respectfully about who they are, women, boy, like whoever, let them speak for themselves because you cannot interpret from your own perspective how they're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd be amazed when you let them speak the things you find out about these human beings that are young adults,
Yes.
that are children, and they will be so honest because they don't have sometimes the concept of trying to make it sound right. They're just saying it
Yeah.
with their truth. And when you are able to do that, then I feel like that's when you're able to encourage, like we said, beautiful. You're embracing change. You're able to embrace tradition and makes it so beautiful for them without having to force them. And I would say
Yeah.
the example, like I have that example with my son, is the fact that he's proud to be who he is because I didn't force him to be something that he's not. I gave
Yeah.
him the
Yeah.
room to express himself. Has been times where I didn't like what he said, yes, because we're human beings. But for the most part, I know that he's in the world and he's gonna stick up for himself. He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
he has a voice. So I would say, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a little bit long on that one, but I just feel like it's so important to allow people to speak for themselves,
Yes.
to have honest, open
Definitely.
conversation, and to
Mm-hmm.
take it for what it is because
Yeah.
they have thoughts. Children have thoughts. Young adults have
They do.
thoughts. They have feelings. And I think that's one of the tradition from the Caribbean to our first generation that I feel like I know my mom wasn't taught this, that we have feelings, emotion, thoughts, anxiety,
Mm-mm.
all these
Oh no,
things.
they didn't have
They didn't,
emotions.
they
There
didn't,
was no
right,
there was nothing that you like, oh, you made me feel. There
right,
was nothing. Like nobody cared about that.
right.
Kids were seen and not heard.
hmm So,
And there was no like we're having a discussion about how your feelings.
Right. And then
No,
the
it
changes
was
that
suck it up.
happens in your body when you are a young woman or you going through the puberty stages of having hormones and liking people, because then God forbid the tradition is your family's Christian, that you should only be going to or liking somebody or bringing somebody home when they're your husband and you don't even know who you are. So
Mhm.